Alright, hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'll be going over my MVP for my project Faux Data, which is a data generator. This can be used for a couple different tools to help with software testing and quality assurance, AI machine learning by providing multiple rows of data for a related data set, data privacy and security. In order to validate that your application can properly secure some data, you will of course need a lot of data to use. If you just want to populate your database, if you want to test penetration testing by having data behind certain, I would say, firewalls or certain nodes, you can test that with this data generator to have that data set protected. Or if you want to really test out your user interface and you need data, you can use this tool to help make some data points. So let's go ahead and use this application and show you the first simple steps. So in order to use this generator, you have to first enter your table name. Let's go ahead and let's make a table which can replicate a user profile page. So let's go ahead and name our table user, let's call it user profiles. In this case, imagine we have a database table named user profiles, which is currently empty or has only a few rows of data. Let's now include the relevant column names. Let's have user ID of type identification number. Yes, this is required for all the rows. Username. This is required as well. Let's now add a column for first name. Add a column for middle name. Let's choose a middle name data type. It is not required because some people do not have a middle name. Let's go ahead and also add in one for last name. Yes, required. Everyone has a last name. Last I checked, that is correct. Education level. Let's go ahead and select current education. In our case, it's required. We want to collect their marriage status. This is not required, but we just want to collect some data points from our users. We want to collect their email. Not required for all users. We want to collect their phone numbers. This will be a required field from all of our users. We also want a field for the city in which they currently reside. We want also, let's switch it up a little bit. We want their street. Next, let's add the city. Currently only supports the United States. State. Let's also include state abbreviation. Oops, this should be just regular state. This one should be state abbreviation. We want to keep track of the zip code. We also want to keep track of, let's say we want to hold the user's current account balance for our bank. We want to hold a positive, negative number. Let's say number of accounts. Let's give it a positive number, or it could be any number between 1 to 10 million. Let's go ahead and make this make a little bit more sense. Number of logins. Something of that nature. This will be required. Let's also keep track of the account expiration date. This will be a future date between now and 10 years. It is not required. Let's also keep track of the user's age. Birthday. Gender identity. It is not required. And let's also keep track of next visit to some kind of event. Let's go ahead and take the future dates anywhere between now and 1 week. It's required. As of today, it is April 19th, 2025. Let's go ahead and ask our generator to make 10,000 rows of data. We want this in an Excel file format. Let's go ahead and generate this new file for us. Give it some time to generate. It's creating 10,000 rows of data of the relevant column types that we specified. It is now complete, ready to download into our browser. Let's open it up, see what's going down. Let me bring that file over. So now, in our Excel spreadsheet, we have 10,000 rows of data that we requested. Let's take a look at some of these data points and make sure it makes sense. The user ID is the primary key for our table. We have usernames, Kimberly Fidel, first name Kimberly, middle name Adelina, last name Fidel, currently in nursery school, no indication of marriage or not. This is her email address, kimberlyfidel@fauxemail.com. This is her false number, where she lives, Illinois, state abbreviation, Illinois zip code. Currently a balance of negative 80.84. Number of logins to this account, a little bit high, but for this case, it can float. Expiration date, how old she is, when she was born, gender, and her next visit, April 22nd. So now we have, let's go ahead and scroll to the bottom to validate this created 10,000 rows of data. Yep. Right there, 10,000 rows of data at your disposal, ready to go. So now that is with Excel. We don't want to save it. Now let's go ahead and switch it up to a MySQL file. Let's generate that. Let's go ahead and download that MySQL file. Let's open it up as soon as it wants to work. Aha, I have it in Visual Studio Code. Let's open this up. So we now have one really large insert, or I should say one page full of 10,000 insert statements. I say we give this a go in our MySQL database. All right, now let's go ahead and give our SQL file a go. So we have our table with the appropriate column names and the correct data types, and the null or not null attributes. First, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's empty before we add some new data in. Sweet. It is now an empty table. Now, let's go ahead and view our file. Once again, let me go ahead and get it opened. As soon as it pops up. So this is our MySQL file with our 10,000 insert statements with all of this data. Let's go ahead and just cut this out of here. Minimize. Let's create a new, new SQL page. Let's make sure we're using the right database. So I'm going to use the simple banking database I have just set up. Now we're going to go ahead and paste our big insert statement file. Now let's run this and let's let it execute all the way through. Almost there, almost there. Nice. So now we do a quick select rows. And let's see if I can make this table a little bit bigger. Let's see, can I do anything different? Nah, that's good. Cool. So we have our database table here filled in, all relevant data. Notice that there are some fields which were not determined to be required, so we just mark those as null. So this is our new table full of our user data. So that concludes this demo for the MVP. Please let me know your thoughts, comment down below. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and of course, let me know what you think. Alright, this concludes our demo for Faux Data Part 1.